When you continue to do what you hate, you become best at what you hate. A couple of weeks ago, I was on a call to someone, and the person threw a question at me, which I feel it's important I share in this community. And the question was, how can I be the best version of myself? She further went ahead to say, how can I be my authentic self, the true version of me? And I really liked that question. And if you all are following this community, you remember, or you by now should have gotten used to the word of supporting each other to be the best version of ourselves. And just because you are watching these is one of the very big steps to you becoming the best version of yourself. And that is finding your community, finding a community of people that share like minds, that have the same goal, which is, of course, to be our best self. Today, I'll be sharing some of the most important things that you need to think about when you are aiming to be your best self. This is a community where we support each other to build confidence, to overcome self-doubt. And I am Bola Adeyeye Omishade, and this is the Bola Adeyeye Omishade Show, a community where we all aspire, we all want, we have the thirst, we're thirsty to be our best self, to contribute our quota, to leave legacies. Thanks for joining us today. If you want to be part of this community, all you need to do is click on the subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube, and follow if you're watching from Facebook. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to take part and engage. That's the word, engage with this community, because from time to time, I try to share some motivation that would keep your mind, or that will edify your spirits, especially when you're going through challenges. Those things that can remind you that, yes, it's okay to go through challenges, but you can overcome them. Right, so back to the topic for today. How can you be your best self? And it took me a couple of days, to think of what are actually the main problem, what is hindering people, from being their best self, especially in this age and time, especially in this kind of community where we find ourselves, or society where we find ourselves. And the first problem I identified is people do, or they are in a job, or they are in a career, or in a relationship that they do not like. You are in a job that you hate. And should I tell you what happens? When you continue to do what you hate, you become best at what you hate. I think I have shared before, I used to work on the bar for a long time, and I worked on the bar because it paid the bills, of course. But did I like it? No, I didn't like it. It was a case of where anytime I thought about going to work, I was like, oh no, not again. I'm going to work again today. How many of you can relate? How many of you are in that job where when you think about work, it's like somebody has stabbed you in the heart, your heart breaks, or your heart skips that, oh gosh, it's work again tomorrow. That's because you don't derive satisfaction from that job. There is nothing like purpose in that job for you. But you keep going into that job. You keep going there every day. You're not making the right step to say, okay, what is it I like to do? How can I prepare myself to find myself in that job that will give me purpose? That job I would not get tired of doing. Is this you? Are you still in that job, or you are still in that relationship that you don't like? Then you will not be the best version of yourself. If you really have the thirst, you're thirsty to be your best self, to be your authentic self, it is high time for you to start taking those baby steps to be in that right job, to be in that right relationship, to be in that right business. Start taking those, you don't have to start big. If you want to maybe run a marathon, the first step is for you to start tying your shoelace, or for you to grab your shoes. You're not just going to jump onto the whatever it's called and start running the marathon. You need to put one or two things together to support you to get to start running the race. So take those baby steps and just keep showing up. Just show up, just the way you keep showing up to this episode. Just keep showing up. Just do it afraid. Do it afraid. I know that you're afraid. I know that you're afraid to fail. I know that you're you're worried about what people will say. And I'll come back to that. But just do it. Do it with the mindset that that yes, I am going to fail. But one interesting thing is, when you're doing it afraid, you always remember that every day presents you with something to learn. There's something that you can learn from every failure. Have that mindset. And then you also have the mindset that if I can dream it, I can achieve it. If you can dream that desire to find yourself in that job that will give you purpose, you can achieve it. All you need to do is put in the work. Promise yourself that I am dreaming it. I will put in the right amount of work to get me to where I want to be. Now, the second reason why you are not being your best self, or I would say how to be yourself, is you keep pretending to know the things that you don't know. And I get this a lot. I find this a lot. A lot of people pretend to, they don't know things, and they keep pretending that they know it. They say certain things confidently, and then you look at them and you're like, you're sounding really, sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but you're sounding really silly because you don't know it. Stop pretending to know things you don't know. Stop it. You need to allow people, those that are experts, those that know it, give them the opportunity to see that, yes, you don't know it, and I am willing to help you to learn. I am willing to help you to know this thing that you don't know. It is high time we stop living a lie. And a lot of, including myself, certain times in my life, I live a lie. If you can relate, I want you to, just engage in the comment, react, We tell ourselves a lie. We know that we don't have certain skills, and we're not living that gap. We're not living that opportunity to learn. It is high time you start living, be vulnerable, leave the opportunity to learn, leave the opportunity to learn from others, because those people that know it, they can clearly tell that you don't know it, and they can clearly tell that you're willing to learn. That's different from I know it and you're pretending to know it, and then they would leave you. They said, okay, I don't want to be in your space because, you think you're an expert, and you would keep struggling. You keep getting frustrated. You keep getting angry. You keep getting tired of that thing that you're doing, and yet you keep pretending to know it. So if you want to really be the best version of yourself, stop pretending to know things that you don't know. Be vulnerable and leave that opportunity so that those that can help you to learn will gladly help you. And yes, I know that those that know it, they would be willing to do that. The other thing that we struggle with that hinders us from being our best self is we care about what other people think. We spend so much time worrying about what other people think. And you know what that does? It gets us into trouble. It gets us into debts. And that is very, very common. You know, you spend so much time looking at what Mr. A or what Mrs. B or what, what they will think, what their opinion is. Have you forgotten that Mr. A and B also have their own worry? And in some cases, they might even share their opinion. But you see, you need to remember that their opinion is also coming from a place of they also have things, they also have issues that are embedded in their own life. So whatever reply they give to you is coming from that mindset that have struggles, that mindset that have a lot of things going on their mind. And in some cases, you might even think they care. They don't care because they don't even have time. It is you that is spending so much time worrying about what other people think. It is you that is worrying about what other, and that, you know what that would do? That will make you do things that you're not supposed to do. That will make you lose your own values. That will make you do things that you don't want to do. You realize that you find yourself doing things that are shameful. And that, you know why? Because you care so much about what other people think, what other people think of you. So if you want to be your best self, stop worrying about other people's opinion. Now, this is different from getting advice from those who have experience. This is different from trying to learn from others. This is very different. This is coming from a place of you trying to do things that you don't have the resources, do things that you don't have the capacity to do. You worrying and keep worrying that if I don't do this, Mr. So-so-so, Mrs. So-so-so will not be happy. Do you. You are enough by yourself. Do what makes you happy. And that is only when you can be your best self. That is only when you can be your authentic self. You want to be the best version of yourself. You need to have a growth mindset. You need to have the drive that you want to grow. When there's that drive that you want to grow, you keep pushing hard. You keep walking in the right direction. You keep finding resources, and you take one day at a time, because you know that you know where you are going. You know what your purpose is. Is. So have that growth mindset. Have that desire to be to go to the next level. You are in this level, but you are working towards what is the next level in life. How can I be better? How can my today be better than my tomorrow? And then you realize that you are doing things that can help you to then be the next self. Be true to yourself. Be true to yourself and have that growth mindset, like I said. And you know what? Stop all those limiting beliefs. I have said this over and over again. Limiting beliefs will not allow you to be your best self. And when I mean limiting beliefs, I can't do it. I don't have the skills to do it. It can be challenging, okay? Yes, it is challenging. But take away that I cannot. Because there is no one that has brought strength. There's no one that has brought anything from anywhere. Everyone is only putting in one effort, taking it one day at a time. So all those limiting beliefs, those things that will limit you from being your best self, those lies that you tell your mind, because we as humans, we get into the habit of training our mind negatively, and then we are used to those negative thoughts. We're used to those negative perception, those negative opinion. If you keep having limiting beliefs, then you wouldn't become your best self. You wouldn't become your best self. Take away limiting beliefs. Even though you can see that things are challenging, you need to have the mindset that when I keep trying again, when I fail, when I try again, I would learn, I would get better. And yes, it is okay to cry. It is okay to feel bad. It is okay to get upset. Yes, it is okay not to have money. It is okay. It is okay. It is okay to have those things. I have actually come across people that, they don't really want people to know that I don't have money or I don't have the skills. They are ashamed. It's okay. Always tell yourself that I don't have the skills. It's okay not to have the skill, but I am willing. And then you are overcoming that fear that your limiting beliefs has embedded in you. You are overcoming that limiting belief that you have grown, that you have nurtured in you. So get rid of all those limiting beliefs. Certain things in life are okay. Cry if you want to cry. Be unhappy if you want to be unhappy. It's okay to do that. And that is only when you can be the best version of yourself. If you need some time away, take that time away. It's okay to do that. Don't get into the mindset of having all this opinion or these expectations of other people. Because yes, we are, like I have said in the past episodes, we get carried away trying to do what others want us to do. Don't do that to yourself. Do only what works for you. Do what makes you happy. Only do those things that will help you to achieve your purpose, that will help you to get to that goal of yours, that will help you reach your goals. Take it one step at a time. It's not going to happen over the night. It's not going to happen just tomorrow. But those your baby steps, those little steps that you take will get you to where you want to go to, where you want to get to. Do you want to be your best self? Stop pretending. Stop pretending to know things that you don't know. Stop continuing to be an expert in those things that you hate. When you don't like it, you don't like it. You know that it is time to move on. It's time to find that thing that you'll be glad, you'll be excited that you want to go to work. You'll be excited that I'm just happy to go on and start my business for the day. Start doing that. Stop comparing yourself to others. Forget about other people's opinion. They have their own problems. They don't even care. They're not even looking at you. Those limiting beliefs, get rid of them. Get rid of those limiting beliefs, those fear, those negative thoughts. Get rid of them and have that growth mindset. Find yourself in the right community, just like this one. And yes, I know that starting with these steps, you are in that journey of being your best self. If you really want to have a one-to-one with me, you want us to draw a plan together, I want you to send me a DM, send me an email, and we can draw a plan, of building that courage, of building that confidence, of, being very consistent in doing those things that will help you to be the best version of yourself. If you have enjoyed this, I want you to give it a thumbs up. I want you to like it and share this. Share this with that person. You don't know, you might be helping somebody by sharing this today. Somebody might watch it and that might be the beginning of their change, So you're not doing justice if you are not sharing this. You are doing other people the justice if you're watching this alone and you're enjoying this alone. So don't forget to share this with your family, with your friends. And as usual, if you have any questions, please send me an email. The email is on the screen. Don't forget to follow our social media pages, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, and on Instagram. You get all this update that helps you, keeps your mind in the right state, that edifies your mind. And yes, I'm so excited that you have watched me this episode again today. Thank you. I know you always like to look at my beautiful face. Yeah, thank you for watching. And I'll see you again same time next week. This is Bola Adeyeye Omishade. Bye-bye.